Self. All right, this is Andrea Landis from Warrior Run High School, which is, I'll say, between Williamsport and Lewisburg up north. And her group has been doing some pretty amazing things at their particular school. So, Andrea, I'm going to take myself off the screen. You take it away and let's see what you folks are doing. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. So as Scott shared, I'm Andrea Landis, and I'm one of the principals at Warrior Run High School. I've been working with the high school now for five years. It's my second year in this role. And this is our third year that we're implementing the Jostens Renaissance framework as part of our tier 1 of our multi-tiered systems of support. So at Warrior Run, we don't call our program Renaissance, but instead we call it Defender Pride, and the student group that leads our school-wide events is our student council. So just a little bit about our district. Warrior Run is located in central Pennsylvania, and the district serves approximately 1,500 students. The high school, which we're currently serving, grades 9 through 12, we have about 500 students and 45 faculty members, and our demographics are represented by a 96% Caucasian, 30% economically disadvantaged, and 15% special education. So during the 2019-2020 school year, a team of educators were engaging in professional development to improve our multi-tiered systems of support at the high school level, with a focus on behavior. So in February of 2020, members of our team, along with students, attended their first Jostens Renaissance conference that was held at one of our local high schools. When they returned, they shared this was the best conference they ever attended and had tons of ideas to start implementing right away. But unfortunately, we all know that March of 2020 brought about, and these great ideas needed to be put on the back burner as we pivoted towards teaching and learning from home. So during the pandemic, I engaged in every single online professional development opportunity that Jostens Renaissance made available and fell in love with this movement as well. So when we returned to person learning in the fall of 2020, we had a soft start to implementing the results formula due to all the restrictions and protocols that never seemed to be lifted. After we reflected on the year, we knew we needed to do something different. So we kicked off the 2021 school year with a packed gym for our welcome back pep rally. We definitely followed all of the protocols in place, and we were making sure that this was the best year yet for our students, regardless of the barriers that were put in front of us. And then from there, our student council advisors and students hit the ground running with ongoing events and activities to keep the excitement alive. So the first component of the results formula is respect. We show respect to what we value as important. And how do I identify what we value? We asked our staff, what does it mean to be a defender? So from the responses, a team of educators identified what Warrior Run is and what we valued, and that is Defender Pride. Pride has been defined as being positive, responsible, involved, dedicated, and excellent. So just a side note, if we're to go through a rebrain again, we would have asked this question on a much larger scale to students, to parents, and the community. We've identified what pride looks like in each of the locations around our school, and these expectations are taught and posted in the appropriate areas. We use PBIS, which is Positive Behavior Intervention Systems framework, to develop our multi-tiered systems of support, but have it enhanced Jostens, utilized Jostens to enhance our tier 1. So at Warrior Run, we created an energized culture of recognition that runs broad and deep. It's a culture that's purposeful in identifying achievements of all stakeholders and thoughtful in recognizing them. A culture focused on catching students and educators doing something awesome and publicly recognizing them for it. So I'll start by sharing some of the things we do to recognize our students. So faculty and staff present pride cards to students who are living out what it means to be a defender by demonstrating pride. Cards are turned into the office and drawings are conducted weekly, monthly, quarterly, and at the end of the year for prizes. Prizes include gift cards of various denominations. And then administrators also present pride cards to our staff and faculty for demonstrating our core values in exchange for Gene Days. Improving attendance is a building level focus this year, so we've been recognizing students who've had perfect attendance each month by posting their name in the office lobby. So far each month, our perfect attendance has improved with 162 students with perfect attendance in December. Each month, a committee of faculty members nominate senior students for monthly awards, and then at the conclusion of the year, all the students who received outstanding senior recognition are invited to attend a banquet to acknowledge all of their accomplishments throughout the year. The past year, each student also invited a faculty member who has made an impact in their lives to attend the banquet with them. This faculty member had the honor to introduce the student at the event. And then other senior awards are sponsored by organizations such as Washington Lions, Turbitville Lions, and our Rotary Club. Students are invited to those monthly meetings to be recognized by the organization and receive monetary awards. And we do a number of other recognitions for our seniors. They're invited to participate in our signing day to share their post-secondary plans. This includes our athletes, military, and our workforce students. And at graduation, we showcase each senior and what their post-secondary plans will include. Our athletic groups that earn the state championship title participate in the Walk of Fame through the halls of our high school, and they also receive a celebratory ride through our community on a Warrior Run Fire Department truck with sirens and all. And we also utilize Jostens in order to recognize students on a national level. So I nominated Avery last year for organizing an event at our school entitled My Jersey, Your Impact. Each of our seniors involved in a fall sport or band had the opportunity to recognize a teacher or staff member for having an impact on them. So in order to maintain the surprise for all faculty, Avery worked with other members of student council to plan all the logistics necessary to pull off this event. She coordinated which students was recognizing which faculty member, what time it would occur, and what the students' jerseys would be hung outside of the teachers' classrooms. The emotions were high as students presented their teachers with their jersey and shared the reason why that teacher had made an impact on them. The jerseys hung outside of the teachers' classrooms for the next few days while parent conferences were held. In our lobby area, a space was dedicated to our band director who lost her battle to cancer in 2019. Avery dedicated her majorette uniform to Mrs. Dahl and shared the impact that she had on Avery's life. Avery spearheaded an event for the first time at Warrior Run, which has become a tradition at the conclusion of each of our sports seasons. Avery was truly living out what it means to be a defender, and we are super proud of her. And then in December, I nominated Gabby for bringing a popular Halloween event, Trunk or Treat, to the Warrior Run School community for the first time. She spent the time working out all of the details of the evening, from where the trunk would be placed to where our trick-or-treaters would line up to wait. Gabby reached out to all our middle school and high school student organizations to encourage them to host a trunk and even provide a contest to encourage some friendly competition. She was able to get 33 organizations to host a trunk, and Gabby did an excellent job sharing the event through multiple avenues. Over 450 trick-or-treaters from the Warrior Run community were in attendance, and this event was an amazing opportunity to connect the school and the community together to build relationships. And pictured on the right are the Warrior Run principals participating in this event, right along with our students. As a leader, we modeled living out what it means to be a defender by getting involved in all the events that our students put on. Student council makes sure to recognize all the faculty throughout the year. This includes making signs for each of our faculty members that are veterans and presented them signs on Veterans Day. On Administrative Assistance Day, they made thank you cards and small gifts that were given to the secretaries, and they also make sure to include our school custodians, our paraprofessionals, and our cafeteria staff. At least once a month, my co and I provide the faculty with a surprise treat to show our appreciation for everything the faculty does on a regular basis. So pictured was, aren't you glad we made it through the first marking period? And then prior to Christmas break, we celebrated the 12 days of Christmas with a surprise treat corresponding to the daily theme. So some of those ideas included a coffee and tea bar, a soup bar, cookie trays, hot chocolate bars, popcorn bar, cinnamon rolls, a red and green candy bar, and a holiday breakfast buffet on the last day before we went to break. We've also done things such as Words of Wisdom Wednesday, which consisted of stickers with positive messages on them that we laid out in the office. Teachers took the stickers they needed for their own inspiration, but also took stickers to provide to their colleagues. For Valentine's Day, we took a bunch of dynamic duos and placed them on hearts and then cut the hearts apart. We placed a half a heart in each person's mailbox and asked them to find their dynamic duo. The first 3 duos turned into the office won a prize. It was a great way to start the day and had staff members greeting one another that normally don't cross paths on a traditional day. And then at our March faculty meeting, we will provide our take on Shamrock Shakes. So lots of fun ideas to help with staff morale, especially during the difficult times of the year. Student Council kicked off Food Cart Friday during Teacher Appreciation Week last year, and after hearing positive feedback from the staff, they decided to make food carts a weekly event for the remainder of the year. The food carts have made an appearance at a couple of times this year on special occasions to thank the staff. Our Warrior Run Education Foundation recognizes faculty for creating innovative ideas for their classroom to benefit the students they serve. The foundation rewards them with the funding to bring these ideas to reality. And then last year, our administration started Staff Member of the Week. So a weekly form was sent out on Friday mornings for students and staff to nominate a faculty member for demonstrating pride. The staff member with the most votes or the most meaningful reasoning was recognized as the Staff Member of the Week. So an announcement was made over the intercom, and the student or students who nominated the winning staff member presented them with a gift certificate and took a picture with them in the photo frame that was created by the art department. All of our staff members that were nominated each week received an email Monday morning with the positive messages their students and colleagues shared about them. It was a great way to start the week. So Student Council has transformed Staff Member of the Week and has broadened it to include a student from each grade level, a staff member, and a teacher. So each month, the students and faculty have an opportunity to nominate students and faculty for living out our core values. A subgroup of student council reviews the nominations and awards the monthly recognition. With this recognition, the individuals receive priority parking for the month, free admission to all sporting events for the month, a luncheon, and then a coffee from our student ran coffee cart. So how do we know that what we're doing is working? When students and educators work together to respect student character, academic excellence, and faculty and staff, and when they recognize, reward, and reinforce achievements in these areas in fun and meaningful ways, it leads to results. So I have some of these results to share with you. So our faculty participated in the self-assessment survey on school-wide systems published by the Center of PBIS. 2019 was prior to implementation, and 2021 was after our first year. You can see that our faculty believe we have improved in every category of our behavior support system. And then in the fall of 2021, we conducted the People's Attitude to Self and School Screener. So based on the initial data, it supported our thoughts that our students were struggling returning to what they would deem as a normal school year, when it was turning out to not be so normal. So our data was showing that our students had a low to moderate satisfaction with their school experience in a number of categories. So overall, what we had on our hands was a tier 1 issue that we needed to address. The PBIS team and student council were determined to make our school a place where students wanted to be to improve our culture. When the screener was administered at the start of this school year, our students' perceptions of school improved in many components, but especially towards their feelings about school. In every component measured by the past screener, our overall data was indicating students reporting a high satisfaction with their school experience in a year's time. This slide is highlighting the growth measures in our percentile scores from our initial screening, which was the fall of 2021, and the screening this fall. So our class of 2026 had a 28.9 percentile increase in their feelings about school and a 24.9 increase in their general work ethic. Our class of 2025 had a 14.1 increase in their feelings about school and a 24.2 increase in their attitudes towards teachers. Then both the class of 2023 and 2024 showed an increase in their attitudes towards attendance and their feelings about school. So embracing the Jostens Renaissance results formula has helped us to improve our tier 1 framework of our multi-tiered systems of support. So due to the time constraint on this presentation, I'm not able to share everything we do to recognize our students and staff or how we're living out the results formula. However, we do utilize a number of social media platforms to tell our story. This includes additional ways we recognize a variety of students from their accomplishments in academics, extracurriculars, athletics, and/or success after graduation. If you're interested in seeing more of what we do, check out our social media pages. And I hope you found some of the ways we recognize students and staff useful to you. Since implementing the results formula, our students' perceptions towards school have improved, along with our faculty's perceptions towards our behavior support system. As administrators, we promote a positive school climate and culture and model living out our core values of being positive, responsible, involved, dedicated, and excellent. We also make sure to not take ourselves too seriously and join in on the fun. Pictured is our high school administration participating in one of our many spirit days. I believe this one was during homecoming week, but also sponsoring our first High Five Friday. So we purchased foam hands for each of our faculty members. We stood out in the hallways in the morning between classes and at the end of the day, giving high fives to everyone that passed by. The smiles on the students' faces were priceless. I've included my contact information if you have any questions for me. If you're the advisor of a student organization, I would be happy to connect you with our student council advisors. My advice to you, take one idea you learned today and make it work for your school or for your organization. At Warrior Run High School, it's always a great day to be a defender. Thank you.
That is really cool. That is amazing. Very quickly, Andrea, before we wrap up, do me a favor, put your share back on the screen if you would, and back up, I think, 2 slides to the one with the class statistics on it. Back up about 2 slides. Yeah, that one. I mean, when you were talking about that, I'm looking at these numbers thinking, holy mackerel. When you started this effort 2-3 years ago, did you ever think this would happen?
No.
Be honest.
I was hopeful. Absolutely. I was definitely hopeful to see improvements, but having the data that shows what we're doing is working is excellent.
That is incredible. That is amazing. Okay, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much.